Hey, this is State Representative Ken Clark, District 24, with my weekly update. It's going to be a little longer update this week, and I'm going to ask you to bear with me because I might have to get down into the weeds a little bit on some of this policy stuff, but this is very important, so follow along. Two big issues this week. First of all, payday loans are trying to come back in the state. You may remember back in 2008, I was very honored to be able to work with Debbie McCune Davis, current state representative, to kick the payday lenders out of the state. Man, we had military retirees and personnel working with us, the ecumenical community, church community, neighborhoods. We all knew payday loans had to go. All right, so along come the payday lenders. They're back. About 7 years later, they're thinking, okay, we can sneak payday loans back into Arizona. Now we're going to call them flex loans. Sounds cool, doesn't it? It's basically the same thing. Instead of 400% interest on this short-term loan, now you have only effectively 218% interest, right? So what they do is they say, oh, this is a 36% interest loan. What they don't tell you is there's about 180% worth of fees and charges on top of that loan. And so if you don't pay this back, if you get like $1,000 loan, after I think a month, your interest on this loan is like $600. It's in that ballpark. It's insane, and all it does is it traps people in this cycle of debt. They're predatory lenders, and they're back. We fought so hard, the Democratic caucus, to defeat the payday lenders in debate on the floor. Debbie McCune Davis and I and others, Representative Cardenas, Representative Rios, all fought valiantly. Well, they were able to get the bill through. It goes on to the next stage now, which is called third read. We are really trying to get the votes together to kill this in third read, so we need you to contact your state representatives, regardless of what district you're in. You don't need to contact me on this. I'm with you, okay? So get the neighborhood associations involved. This is a call to action. Okay, so the second thing that happened this week, you may have seen the videos I posted on Facebook and Twitter last night. Let me explain what happened. Now, this is where I have to get in the weeds, so bear with me. There were two bills that I was running. First bill, non-controversial, nice bill. It allowed people to see whether their vote counted or not when they voted early, because sometimes your vote doesn't count because there's a defect on the envelope. Okay, very simple, no controversy. That goes through this debate process on the floor, and then along comes another bill. Now, this was my effort to force a vote on dark money. So what I did is I forced all the members to vote with their names on the board on an amendment that required us to disclose dark money. So what's dark money? Dark money is basically a union, a nonprofit, a corporation that can hide the money they spend in campaigns for and against candidates, for and against initiatives, so that they don't have to be accountable to the people. Well, this is un-American. It's always been an American tradition. If you have an opinion, you stand behind that opinion. I'm Joe Blow and this is my opinion. Well, what they're doing is they're hiding it so that nobody has to see where this money's coming from. Okay, so we get this vote up on the board, and we forced everybody who was there to say yay or nay. They want us to disclose where that dark money's coming from, all right? Well, as soon as we had that vote, the Republican leadership of the House went back on that agenda for the day, on my bill that just passed, and they did something called retain it on the calendar, meaning it's dead. This is unprecedented. So basically what they did is they retaliated. They didn't like the fact that I called them out and asked them to vote on dark money, so they held my bill that just passed. This is bullying. We've not seen this before. I talked to Debbie McCune Davis, who's been here on and off since the early 80s, and she says, I've never seen anything like this. This is a new low. And why am I telling you this? Going down into the weeds, and I hope you've stuck with me for this. I'm telling you this because this is what happens when you go up against dark money. This is what happens when you fight that power. And I'll tell you right now, I got a big old target on my back for the next campaign. because that dark money and those payday lenders know that I'm out there fighting this fight. And so when you see me coming in here asking for contributions all the time, this is why. Because in the next election, they're going to be gunning for me. So anything that you can do, $5 a month, $10 a month, $100 a month, I can go up to $2,000 per person per election. This is small change by comparison to what those guys spend, but it gives me the ability to be prepared for this. And that's where I need your help. So please go to KenClarkForaz.org, hit the donate button, and I will see you next week, for another roundup and all the videos I post. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later.